सारे मैचेस देखोगे अभी तक, our opening partnership has been the highest, Pratika and Shifali, so far in women's cricket, the highest, more than 1,000 runs they've crossed. So if you talk to me about that, I think we are on the right track. And to see about the positives, yes, we have had small contributions from the top order and the middle order, but we have had new match winners every match. So I feel if an enemy team, the opponent team is seeing us, they will know that we have batting till the end. So maybe if one doesn't click, the other's taking the responsibility. Like Aman took that time, Dipti took. Last match we had Richa. So I think, how I would put it forth, it's scary for the opponents to know that we have not had a perfect match yet, but we are still on the winning streak. So we are still waiting for that, that perfect match to come. And I think such tournaments, because it's so long, it's important to peak at the right time. But like I said, we have so much more confidence knowing that till the end we have batted and everyone's a match winner. I mean, the first match बॉल बहुत ही अच्छा था. मैं और कुछ ज़्यादा एक्स्ट्रा कर नहीं पाती वो मैच में. सेकेंड मैच, इफ़ यू सी, आई हैड अ पार्टनरशिप ऑफ आई थिंक 47 रन विथ हरलीन. तो मैं मेरा खुद का स्कोर नहीं देख रही हूँ, टीम का स्कोर है. चैलेंज, वो विकेट चैलेंजिंग था. हम लोग ने वो टाइम निकाला और एक फाउंडेशन दिया जो बाकी लोग को आके वी कुड रीच 250 बिकॉज विकेट इतना ईजी नहीं था. तो मैं इतना खुद के बारे में नहीं सोच रही हूँ. माई ओनली अप्रोच इज दैट आई वॉन्ट टू डू वॉट एवर इट टेक्स फॉर द टीम ओवर देयर. And if I do that and my mindset is right, I know performance, everything will follow, but I want to make sure I do my job for the team first. She didn't have an injury. She was just having fever. But she looks good to me here. I like two things to say. Firstly, the conditions of both the matches were very different. It was on the challenging side because I think in Guwahati there was a lot of turn. And the Sri Lankan bowlers were bowling well. And the Sri Lanka match, the pitch was under covers for I think more than 48 hours or 72 hours. I don't know, for 48 hours I think, yeah. So when that happens, there's a lot of sweating that happens on the pitch, which causes the ball to, grip a little more, stop and come a little more. So the first thing was that, which we conveyed as a batting unit, that we knew it was a 250 plus score. Like 250 would be fighting score. Anything above that would be bonus because we're not a 300 score. But yes, talking about the batting unit, we have been discussing how we can improve. There's always a scope of improvement in every single game, and we are working on that, and I'm sure we'll come out even better in the next games. Talking about my routines, my teammates make fun of me for doing that, but the only reason was my grip used to keep changing. So I had to figure out a way how do I get it consistent, because cricket is such, like, one, especially my batting, if my grip moves a little here, my head starts falling and then my leg goes across and all these things happen. To nullify that, I just started, center of the palm on the center of the bat. And that's what I do and try to have that as a routine. Talking about batting in the middle order, I think I've said this before. It started with the T20s. And at that time, I was not sure if, because I've never in my life batted at number 5. I've always batted at number 3 or opening. But if the team required me to do it, I was willing to do it at that position. And I started, like, technically no change, maybe minor adjustments here and there on the conditions, but it was more to do mentally. Like, if I walk in at number 5 in a T20 and we need a asking rate of 9 or 10, am I ready to do it? If not, what's my plan? So that plan started from the nets. So I used to go after the bowling. From the first ball, I used to try and hit every ball for a 4 and a 6, which is not possible, but the more I tried it, the more I figured out what worked, what didn't work, and if not, how I can get a single off that ball. So my mindset is very simple to get a good strike rate. For me, it's the less number of dot balls I play. If I hit a 4, take a single, 2 balls, 5 runs. It's almost like 250 kind of a strike rate. So for me, it's all mentally how I get my runs, how I be smart and get my runs. And I try and apply the same here. Even at number 5, sometimes I walk in the power play, sometimes I walk in the last 10 overs. But I need to be prepared mentally. So I just try to put myself in the nets in scenarios that give me a lot of confidence going in the match. Ki, okay, I've done it before in my practice. I've prepared well. I made it challenging in practice. I know in the match it feels more easier. Yeah, I think the pitch, again, it was under covers today, but it looked like a good pitch. Feels like it might be a 270 plus pitch. Not sure. Again, we have to see it tomorrow because it's under covers. But yeah, it looks like a good pitch. I think dealing with expectations is simple. To not think too much about it. The more importance you give it, the more it will feel like pressure. But the more we stick to not playing to the people's expectations, but to playing to the plans of the team, if we focus on that, I think that everything else goes blurry in the background and is taken care of. So I think it's pretty simple. Just focus on what we can control, what's in our hands, our plans, our execution, and we just leave the rest. I think for us, the plan is pretty simple. We play the best cricket we can. Yes, opponents keep changing. Maybe as a bowling unit, we have specific plans for specific batters. As a batting unit, we know what bowler bowls which, but I don't think there's any drastic change in how we play. We've always spoken about in our dressing room sticking to our strengths. So I think we're just going to focus more on our strengths, our preparation, and are we doing what we've planned? And if we've done that, we are happy. If not, we'll try and improve on that. We are just taking it one game at a time, and we're not saying, oh, we are playing this team or this team. It's just another game of cricket. As a batter, it's simple. I have to react to them and play according to the merit of the ball. As a bowler, it's simple. I need to bowl to my plans. What is in our control is how we prepare well with our plans and how we come out and execute that well. So we're not thinking too much about, oh, we've not had the perfect game. No, we're thinking about our perfect game is still yet to come. And when we have that kind of a mindset, I think it's more of a motivation where we know that even though we didn't have the perfect game yet, we're still winning. We've still found new match winners. We've still found each and every individual standing up, putting their hand up and saying, okay, I'm going to take the team through to victory. So I believe that this team, the quality that this team has, everyone at different moments have shown that they are match winners. So I think it's just important for us to not be too desperate to get that perfect game. Just step back, do our job correctly, and that game will come. Yeah, obviously, there are good quality left-arm spinners, and especially with the conditions that we've got in Guwahati and with in Sri Lanka, with the ball gripping and turning a bit, it's always an advantage for a finger spinner, And if someone has that good quality who can mix it up with bowling in and bowling out, I think that's where the challenge comes. So I think it's always great to have a good left-arm spinner in your team, and we have two in our team. We have Radha and Charini, who are top quality bowlers. We've seen them do well in the WPL. So we know that they can be a threat to the others. But yeah, apart from that, as batters, we just keep practicing. Like, we don't think too much about it. Just keep our plans simple. Just know what to do when. And to go in more depth about what I spoke, 4 years back, I think I had an initial movement, which I started doing, which was getting me really slow on the ball. Like, I was having too many movements before the ball was released. So that we nullified, and I'm just like stagnant and I react to the ball. The other thing I did a little bit more was depending on the pitch. Like, if the pitch is a little lower, I widen my stance a little more and stay a little lower. So the meeting point of the ball for me is just easier. And if the pitch is a normal bounce, then it's shoulder width apart or maybe slightly smaller. That's just the basic stuff. So I think apart from that, nothing. I think just the reason behind it was just the feel. Like, not planned anything, but at that moment, what felt right, I just stuck with that. It's helped me a lot in England because it was shoulder width. My head was over here. When I was slightly wider, my head was here. So when I'm like, I don't know how to explain it in words properly, but if my head is here, I'm in a better position to meet the ball. Then all about the balance, the timing, and everything flows from there. But if my head is a little behind, even to play the short balls, I used to get a little late. So just that technical change of my head being here. And one more thing I had done was to just get ready a little earlier. So if you see my backlift is this, and I do that. So that was mainly to just get ready a little earlier to play the shorter balls much more easier. But I realized when I did that, even the drives, I was getting more power on it because this position, my head and my shoulder, it was nicely leaning on the ball and I was able to play.